Welcome to my page. My name is Jennifer Rose, and if you know by my poetry, I always put the rose. I am here this week putting out a lot more videos because I feel I want people to hear my voice on what I am really trying to do. And everything this week is different methods of that. Either a lesson, a story, my own story, or a story that I made up. And with every story comes some truth that you see in your own self. And yesterday I talked about the purpose of life. And if you tuned into that, then you know what I bring to you is because I saw what is on the other side. And I didn't die in the sense of I saw all the things in my life as it was happening, and I had the spiritual experience happening at the same time, and it blew my mind. It unplugged me from this game of life that we're all in. And I was telling somebody yesterday, because he said that he dropped out of school, and I told him I'm really looking for students. But we are all students of life. And it doesn't mean you can be an active player in the game, but you're still in the game. If you are living and breathing, you are in the game, regardless if you want to take yourself out of it or not. You are still living in it. But here's the difference between those people that want a better life and those people who are going to do something to make their lives better. Those are two people, both playing the game of life. And one wants to take the controller and go, no, not really. Everything's just going to change. And those of you that are watching are saying, no, I got to start playing. I got to start taking accountability for my life. No one is going to change my life but me. Every problem in my life, I'm the only single thing that's the same in every scenario, is I'm in it. Whatever is happening in your life, you are the only common denominator. So you have to say, I can't fix anything that's over here or back there. I can only fix what's right here. So how do we do that? What do we, at the end of this game of life that we are in, what do we want? Truthfully. Just me and you talking. What do we want? What do you want out of life? And we are pumped into, as a kid, money, status, things, people like us. We look a certain way. That's pumped into here. Our entire lives, achieving. Even our own kids, for our generation that we grew up, what are you going to do after school? What are you going to do after school? Like, not even just say, hey, how is life going right now for you? How are you doing? Don't worry about what's going to happen after high school. Do your best right now. Deal with life right now so you can be able to, when you don't live with me, be able to deal with life that's out there. Because there's unkind people. There's people that aren't well out living in this world, in the game of life that we're all playing, and they do not have your best interest at heart. Truthfully, they are going through so much stuff in their own world that they bring it out to everybody else. They bring their pain, their anger, their shame, their guilt, and they walk around with it and they give it to everybody they meet. Now, does that make them a bad person? No. That makes them human. And the 7 levels of being human, what is the point? What is the end game? And I can tell you, I started this journey teaching all of you how I got to even make that first video. But after teaching you how much I have learned, because it's like you have to set up this lesson. So you have to contemplate what you're going to be talking about once a week. And I grew as a person, as an individual. My game just went up just by teaching you the lessons. And from my spiritual experience, you have first your purpose in life to heal. And the 7 levels of being human, the end game is peace, is ultimate peace. That is in the source level. At the end of the day, there's a lot of other things you could say about it, but that is the end game, is peace. And here's the thing. Some people say, oh, I achieve peace, and they go live in a cave with nobody around. And I said, wow, I got enlightened. I went into a cave. Look at how much I know. And granted, it's a self journey. I totally get it. But you can imagine, how much are they playing the game of life? Why we are here? Why we're in these human bodies as spiritual beings? Why? To know and to learn something. And maybe the journey leads you into a cave for 20 years. I feel like I have lived in a cave for 21 years because of my life. But if you can find peace in a world that is not very peaceful, if you can be the eye of the storm, that is how much and how much power you can have. You can find peace in your challenges. You can find peace when something doesn't go your way. I will give you a scenario that happened yesterday. I was doing my video about the purpose of life. I was really getting into it. I was like, this is great. Everyone's going to love this. And then my husband started sneezing so loud, blowing his nose. And I was like, I had to stop the video, go say, dude, I told you I was doing this video. He goes, oh, sorry. And I went back in because I had to redo the whole video. I do all of these videos in one take. And I deleted the last video. And I was upset. I was irritated. I'm going, I told him before I started that I was doing the videos. And then I said, you know what? The first one wasn't good enough. The first one, I feel like it's your spiritual team up there just saying, critiquing you and going, no, that's not going to work for you. Let's do something else. So I had to start all over and do the video, and it turned out great. But I wasn't upset with my husband. I wasn't upset with the situation. I mean, in the sense that you have real-time feelings, like the stoplight method, that yellow card. It's not like the yellow card comes up and you have emotions, you have feelings, you deal with those, but you also don't stay in that space. And that is what the 7 levels of being human does. As you start at the human level, you start to recognize that all of us as fellow humans had programming put into us. Our parents were holding our controller and telling us what we had to believe, where we had to go, what we had to do, what we had to dress like. And they have their own pain, their own anger, their own disappointment, possibly in their own life, or they're so busy trying to make money, they're not even around you, which causes your own trauma. And that's another thing. You have your own trauma to get through. So if you can, as a human, say, all of this has a purpose, and I'm going to forgive myself for being human, then you will be able to go through the rings. But you have to first start. That is what the 7 levels of being human is. The end goal is peace. Blessings to all who watch this. Next week, I'm going to be diving into the 5 habits, and we're going to take it one day at a time.